Walmart is planning to cut jobs and asking its remote workers to return to the office. So, according to the Wall Street Journal, Walmart will be cutting hundreds of corporate jobs, and workers in small offices in Dallas, Atlanta, and Toronto are being asked to move to other central hubs like Walmart's corporate headquarters in Bentonville, Arkansas, as well as Hoboken, New Jersey, or Northern California. Walmart will also reportedly still allow staff to work remotely part of the time as long as they are in offices the majority of the time. Now, Ben, this is a topic we've been wanting to cover on OmniTalk for a while. This seems like an appropriate time to do it. What's your takeaway from what Walmart is now kind of being first to market to do here in the U.S.?
Yeah. So I promised you that I'd give shorter answers this time, but this is what I'm not sure. Look, I've got the 3 points I want to make on this one, and stop me at any point. Firstly, look, in any of these stories where it's there's actually humans being impacted, jobs at risk. So I've always had incredibly positive engagement with the Walmart tech team. So I just want to wish anybody who's received bad news out of this the best.
100%.
Second, we're recording this on Wednesday. Tomorrow, Walmart release their Q1 earnings, so it's really premature to kind of read anything performance-based into this. And for me, though, it is that reminder that retailers run on absolute razor-thin margins. And it's a constant, any good retail leader has to be constantly reviewing their resource base and resource optimization. So if you believe that Walmart has good leadership, which I think we do based on our previous conversations, then activities like this have to be expected. It echoes some work that was done last year when they closed tech hubs in Austin and Portland and in California. And let's not forget Walmart is currently building a brand new home office campus in Bentonville. So that's part of the mix. But I guess the third point I want to make, and this slightly begins to err into speculation because I don't have any insider information on all of Walmart's reasons behind this, but it does speak to some research that we did earlier in the year at Shop Talk, and we talked about in Vegas, which is about to be able to best satisfy and meet customer needs at the moment. You've got to unify your tech stack, you've got to unify your data, and you've got to unify your processes to best serve customers. We're coming out of this time when retailers have through necessity and haste, they've bolted on new capabilities onto existing tech stacks. And Bain did a bit of work earlier this year where they found that rationalizing that tech stack now is the #1 priority for 3/4 of retailer CIOs. So we reportedly hear that if you want to best serve shoppers in a seamless way, then having that unity, including unity in internal processes and structures, is super important. And bringing everyone together could be seen as part of that life. But as I say, that's speculation. But I do think it's very high on many retailers' priority lists at the moment.
Yeah, so you see this as a positive and like really just getting those tech teams together to be able to collaborate and get products to market more thoroughly, to unify that process. And to do that, this is likely necessary.
Yeah, I think probably without knowing the detail, I think that would be the positive rationale I would see for it.
Right. Chris, what's your takeaway?
Yeah, I mean, mine is similar, but I think I'd be maybe a little more strong or overt in my opinion on it. I think it's kind of a nothing burger to me, the story overall. I think it's just, a sign of good management, to Ben's point. It just feels like smart pruning to me is the word I would use. For example, anytime I see hundreds in these announcements, that's a lot better than thousands. And also it's a lot better than the ubiquitous 10% of the workforce, which is the most common thing you typically see when layoffs are a really big deal. So this just seems like a smart cutback. Now, again, of course, your hearts go out to the people that are, lose their jobs in this. But, at the end of the day, from a management perspective, it's probably just a good decision. I think the bigger part of the story to me, is actually the remote work side of things. And it seems to me like Walmart is settling in on, I've thought a lot about this, and actually I had a lot of conversations at the Shop Talk in Vegas in March around dinner tables, around like how companies are dealing with this. This seems very much on people's minds. And Ben, your point about the tech stack and making it easier to do the work you need to do to create the systems that you need to thrive. It feels like there's really two options to me as I've thought about it over the last couple of months. You could either go fully remote, you could just do that, or you can just use managerial discretion. And you expect, and you also have managerial discretion with the expectation that people are still in the office the majority of the time. And that seems like that's what Walmart's doing here. And I think that's the right way to go. That's probably what I would do. So I think it's better than staying half pregnant. I think, Ben, which is the point you're trying to make too, it's better than staying half pregnant here and not trying to solve the question and just having people in the office, but everyone else still be on Zoom all the time, right? That's what the situation that nobody wants. So that's my take. I think it's just smart.
Yeah, I think that it also plays into like kind of this humble brand ethos of Walmart that some of the other retailers I don't know that they have in the space. I mean, I think that you look at the Walmart, so what Walmart is doing with like store manager pay increases and like kind of trying to like level the playing field. Like there shouldn't be different rules necessarily for the HQ employees as there are for the store associate employees, especially when you get back to what Ben's talking about putting some of that new technology into place. I think it's imperative in these scenarios for people to be in the test stores and close to the test environment to get that feedback from the associates. And if those store managers are going to be, if you're requiring boots on the ground in your stores every day, I think Walmart as a company has this kind of we're all in it together ethos. And I think that the right way to do that is to have people on site. Now we'll see if that pays off in the long run. If it does, I think we'll start to see a lot of other retailers follow suit. But I think that Walmart, at the end of the day, made this decision because they believe that bringing those people together, still keeping some like people out on the coast to like stay in with all the technology, like
There's still
major
their San Bruno
changes and
office. You're right, Aaron.
innovation, right? So like they're still keeping people in those environments to kind of get inspiration, but I think ultimately it's about bringing people together to like be one Walmart, and this is the way they think it's going to best take place. So
yeah,
time will tell.
It's a great point. Yeah, you know who can't work remote? The workers in your 4,600 plus stores. Right. And that's an important point you're making there.